Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to talk about a fan theory I had. Well, it's sort of inspired by other fan theories going around about Sharon Carter from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So if you haven't seen the final episode yet, I would recommend to go and watch the finale first and then come back and watch this video after, please. So that way I can get more views and we could all be happy. So with that being said, what is this theory I had? Now, if you've seen, some people have already talked about this theory a little bit, and I want to talk about some things that could actually support this theory that I noticed in the episode. One that was pointed out to me by someone I know, who I'll mention when I get there. So what is this theory about? So if you've seen the episode, you know that the way Sharon Carter was acting in this episode, or throughout all season long, was very suspicious, and we learned that she is the power broker. So for someone like me, I was confused why Sharon was doing this, because when we seen her in Captain America the Winter Soldier, in Captain America Civil War, she didn't seem like the type of character that would just become a heel. If you know wrestling terms, a heel is someone that, you know, starts off as a hero, then becomes a villain later on. She didn't seem like that type of a character to me. And now that she's infiltrating the government and she's going to use it to find out its secrets and weapons, it did strike me as odd, especially since she was part of the branch of the government before, which it looks like she's going back to her old position. And that she's doing the same dirty trick that Hydra did to her when she was part of S.H.I.E.L.D. And, like, she's okay with that now? Like, she's becoming the Hydra person now? But in this case, if suspicion is to be believed, the theory is that she could be a Skrull. Now, if that turns out to be the case, I'm going to say that would make me a lot more happier because that would make a lot more sense to me of this sudden turn that she all of a sudden has. I can't just believe that, okay, in the 7 years that we haven't seen her, all of a sudden I'm going to be an evil agent now and destroy the government I once knew. It seems like a weird turn, and just because the Avengers have forgotten her or something, I don't even know. It just seems like I'm gonna do this out of spite. It just seems a little odd to me. And the Skrull theory, I actually like, and there were two things in this episode that I can see foreshadowing that idea, and I'm gonna get into it right now. The first thing that is noticed wasn't even noticed by me, but actually I'm going to credit my mother for pointing this out of all people. She's not even a comic book nerd, but she actually pointed out to me because when she asked, she needed me to remind her who the Skrulls were. I had to tell her, remember in Captain Marvel, they were those alien beings, those great green aliens that could shapeshift. And she said, yeah, that's kind of what she did in this episode. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I remembered, oh yeah, that's right. She used the technology that Black Widow used in Captain America Winter Soldier. Now, at first glance, you think, okay, that was just a callback to that movie, you know, because Natasha used that technology, and then they even used it in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But then you realize that kind of is like shape-shifting powers in a way. It's shape-shifting your face. And I thought, my mind combusted when my mom was the one that pointed that out to me, because I'm like, oh wow, that would be great foreshadowing if that turns out to be the case. And now I want Sharon Carter to be a Skrull so much more now than ever before. Now, you're probably wondering to me, okay, David, okay, you might have somewhat of a point here, but you said you had two moments in this episode that could have been foreshadowing that maybe Sharon Carter is a Skrull. So what was the second one? Well, the second one, I can see a lot of people brushing it aside, but when you really think about it, especially if it does turn out to be true, we will be coming back to this show and realizing the hints that they kind of gave us. The second hint would be the fact that at the very end of the movie, when we go to the post-credit scene where Sharon gets pardoned and she goes outside and she starts talking on the phone, right? We don't know who she's talking to. I know there's some people out there thinking that it's going to be Justin Hammer. There is no way in hell that Sharon Carter is negotiating and teaming up with Justin Hammer. He's too much of a buffoon for her to even follow orders from. She would be like, I'm the boss, not you. So I can see Justin Hammer more working for Sharon Carter than Sharon Carter working for Justin Hammer. And I love Justin Hammer. I want Sam Rockwell to return as that character. We haven't seen him since Iron Man 2, but look, there's a couple of characters from the past returning in some of these movies and shows. So I want to see him return. I just don't think it's this. But I do, getting back on track, when she's talking on the phone and as she's leaving, we see the camera panning up into the sky. Now, at first, you think, okay, yeah, they're looking at the building, the Parliament building, I guess, and with the American flag on top. Sure, but what if that scene is indicating that maybe she's not talking to someone on Earth, but someone beyond Earth, up in space? And some people might roll their eyes right now and think, really, David, you think that's what that was kind of implying? I would not be surprised if that was the intent of the scene. And you'll never know. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. So this all leads to the question, when will we see Sharon Carter again? Because at first I thought to myself, well, maybe we'll see her in Captain America 4, which was just announced recently, which is freaking awesome. We're going to see Anthony Mackie as Captain America, that the mantle that he's finally taken up in his own movie. But then I thought, what if she's not in Captain America 4 and she turns out to be in Secret Invasion? The Secret Invasion series, as some of you might know, is the series that's going to star Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury, and Ben Mendelsohn is returning as Talos. And it's going to be about the Skrulls on Earth hiding, and a group of renegade Skrulls disguising themselves as people of Earth and, causing some trouble. And it wouldn't put it past me if Sharon Carter, Emily Van Camp, gets into this show. And maybe they're just not going to announce that yet, because once they announce it, I think they'll know that we're all catching up quickly on who she's going to be. I bet they won't even announce her as part of one of the cast, because I don't think she's going to be a cast member. I think she's going to be a guest star. So I think we're going to have many guest stars, and I think Sharon Carter is going to be one of the many characters that are going to be acting out of character right now, so that way when Secret Invasion comes, we know something's up with we're already aware that some characters already have been acting weird. Maybe some of them are going to be red herrings. Who knows? So maybe Sharon Carter's, they want us to be suspicious of her, but then we're going to find out that no, she was just a power broker the entire time and just wants to do bad shit. I have to believe that she is a Skrull, because it's the thing that would make the most sense at this point. And we all have to remember, Marvel likes playing the long game. They like planting seeds in films for future events to happen. Remember, Captain America trying to pick up that hammer happens in Age of Ultron in 2015. We finally see him grabbing that hammer and using it in 2019 in Avengers Endgame. So they like planting these seeds and saying to themselves, maybe we'll get to this one day, maybe we won't. Secret Invasion is something we know is going to happen, and we know they need to start planting the seeds for that show now. So with that being said, guys, tell me what you think. Do you think this is a really good theory, or do you think I'm crazy? Comment in the comments section below. Start a conversation. I think Sharon Carter's a Skrull, and I think we're going to see a couple of other characters acting weird as well. Who knows? For all we know, maybe Darcy and Jimmy Woo were Skrulls in that episode, but maybe there were nicer Skrulls. No, I don't think so. I think they would have acted out of character for them to be that, or you'll never know. With that being said, like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and until next time, take care.